Two giant helicopter blades collide inches apart, yet somehow never touch. The K-MAX is the world's strangest helicopter, combining terrifying engineering with unmatched lifting power, efficiency, and stability. The first time people see this thing flying, they genuinely think something is wrong. Two enormous rotor blades spinning directly into each other. No separation, no safe distance, just pure mechanical chaos happening above a pilot's head. And for a second, your brain refuses to believe it's real. Because every instinct tells you those blades should smash together instantly, like two ceiling fans colliding at full speed. But somehow, they don't. They pass through each other over and over again with terrifying precision. And honestly, that's exactly why people call this helicopter the anxiety machine. Its real name is a Synchropter, or intermeshing rotor helicopter. But those technical names don't capture how insane it looks in motion. Compared to a normal helicopter, the K-MAX almost feels unfinished. Broken, even. Like somebody accidentally installed two giant rotors in the same place and somehow got away with it. And then, it lifts thousands of pounds like it's nothing. So what makes this weird machine different from every other helicopter in the sky? Well, a Synchropter uses two massive rotors that spin in opposite directions while slightly overlapping each other. That's the entire trick. One rotor turns clockwise, the other turns counterclockwise, and because both forces cancel each other out naturally, the helicopter doesn't need a tail rotor at all. Now that sounds small, but it changes everything. In a normal helicopter, the tail rotor exists just to stop the aircraft from spinning uncontrollably. And that tiny rotor quietly steals around 10 to 15% of the engine's total power. Power that could have been used for lifting instead. The K-MAX completely eliminates that problem. So all the engine power goes directly into lift. And this is where things get interesting. Without a tail rotor, the helicopter becomes lighter, simpler, quieter, and surprisingly efficient. Fewer moving parts means less maintenance. Less wasted energy means better lifting performance. And because there's no giant spinning tail blade waiting to hit trees or buildings, the entire aircraft becomes more compact and practical for dangerous environments. Which sounds amazing. But there was still one terrifying problem nobody could ignore. The idea behind this helicopter actually began almost a century ago, in 1930s Germany. An engineer named Anton Flettner became obsessed with solving one of the biggest problems in helicopter design: torque. At the time, helicopters were unstable, inefficient, and honestly, kind of experimental disasters. But Flettner had a completely different idea. Instead of fighting torque with a tail rotor, why not cancel it completely? That idea led to the FL-282 Colibri, one of the strangest helicopters ever built during World War II. And somehow, it actually worked. But helicopters weren't the only weird thing Flettner invented. He also created the Flettner rotor ship propulsion system, giant spinning cylinders that could help push ships using wind power. Yeah, this guy was operating on another level. And then the war ended. As part of Operation Paperclip, the United States secretly brought German scientists and engineers to America. Among them was Flettner, alongside famous names like Wernher von Braun, who later helped send humans to the moon. Flettner eventually joined Kaman Corporation as chief designer, and that moment quietly changed helicopter history forever. Because this bizarre overlapping rotor idea was finally about to become real. Now here's the question everybody asks the second they see the K-MAX fly. How are the blades not hitting each other? Seriously. Watch it for 5 seconds and your brain starts preparing for disaster. The rotors overlap so closely that it feels physically impossible, Every pass looks like a near-death moment. And yet, collision never happens. Because hidden underneath all that chaos is an absurdly precise mechanical system. First, the two rotor masts are tilted outward at roughly 25 degrees. That angle creates vertical separation between the blades as they rotate. It's subtle, almost invisible, unless you know where to look. But without it, the aircraft simply wouldn't work. And then comes the real magic. Both rotors are connected through a massive synchronization gearbox, a fully mechanical timing system that keeps the blades perfectly phased every single second they're spinning. Imagine two dancers performing inches apart while matching timing perfectly at hundreds of rotations per minute. That's basically what's happening above the pilot's head. The blades never enter the same physical space at the same time, ever. And honestly, that's terrifyingly impressive. Now technically, if that gearbox completely failed, the rotor system could destroy itself almost instantly, which sounds horrifying. But helicopter maintenance standards are insanely strict for exactly this reason. These aircraft are inspected constantly. Pilots don't wait until something breaks like people do with cars. And despite how dangerous the K-MAX looks, the system is actually incredibly reliable, which somehow makes it even crazier. But here's the part almost nobody knows. Even if the engine completely dies mid-air, helicopters like the K-MAX still have one last survival trick. It's called auto-rotation. And honestly, it feels almost impossible the first time you understand it. When the engine shuts down, the pilot disconnects it from the rotor system. At that point, the helicopter starts falling. But the air rushing upward through the blades keeps them spinning naturally, kind of like how a maple seed spins while falling from a tree. And that spinning motion still creates lift. So instead of dropping like a rock, the helicopter can actually glide downward in a controlled descent before landing hard, but survivable. It's one of the reasons helicopters are far more resilient than people think. And despite the K-MAX looking like a mechanical nightmare, there are very few known major gearbox failures involving Synchropters. That comes down to aviation culture. These machines are maintained obsessively because there's no room for shortcuts in the sky. Now, obviously, the K-MAX can crash. Any aircraft can. But the phrase "can't crash" exists because this helicopter is unbelievably stable, controllable, and forgiving during difficult operations. And somehow, that's only the beginning of what makes this machine so strange. But the K-MAX probably never would have existed without one stubborn engineer who refused to listen when people told him no. Before starting his own company, Charles Kaman worked at United Aircraft in the 1940s. He was young, obsessed with helicopters, and constantly experimenting with strange new ideas. But management wasn't exactly impressed. In fact, when Kaman showed his rotor concepts to his superiors, he reportedly got hit with a brutal response. "We don't need another inventor. We already have Igor Sikorsky." Imagine hearing that at 26 years old. Most people would have stopped right there. Kaman didn't. He left the company anyway and started Kaman Aircraft with just $22,000 borrowed from two friends. And then, things got weird in the best way possible. Kaman became fascinated with vibration control, lightweight composite materials, and airflow physics. That obsession eventually carried over into music, leading him to create ovation guitars with rounded composite backs, which means the same guy helping reinvent helicopters also helped reinvent guitars. And honestly, that feels perfectly fitting for someone everybody underestimated. Now, this is where the K-MAX stops feeling like a normal helicopter and starts feeling like some kind of engineering loophole. Most helicopters rely on huge mechanical systems called swash plates. These systems constantly tilt and rotate the rotor blades during flight using hydraulic linkages packed with moving parts. It works, but it also creates weight, drag, vibration, and endless maintenance headaches. The K-MAX takes a completely different approach. Instead of directly moving the entire rotor blade, it uses tiny servo flaps mounted near the trailing edge of each blade. A control rod runs through the blade and adjusts that small flap while the rotor spins. Then aerodynamics takes over. As airflow changes around the flap, the flexible blade naturally twists itself into the correct position. A tiny surface controls a massive spinning rotor. It's almost like steering an entire door by pushing a small corner of it. The idea existed before, but Charles Kaman refined it into something practical and reliable for heavy-lift helicopters. And the advantages were enormous. Simpler rotor heads, less hydraulic complexity, fewer parts that could fail, lower drag, lower weight, less maintenance, which made the K-MAX perfect for brutal industrial work. Because this helicopter was never built to impress passengers, it was built to carry heavy things in awful places: dense forests, mountain slopes, fire zones, remote construction sites. The entire aircraft revolves around external cargo lifting. The narrow fuselage lets pilots look straight downward at suspended loads, while the strange bubble-like side windows help them track cargo hanging far below the aircraft. And somehow this machine is unbelievably strong. The K-MAX can lift around 6,000 pounds, roughly 2,700 kilograms, which is actually more than the helicopter weighs empty. That's extraordinary for a single-engine aircraft. In some conditions, it can even outperform larger helicopters while burning less fuel. That's when people realized this weird machine wasn't just unusual, it was extremely good at its job. Then came the next evolution. Kaman and Lockheed Martin transformed the aircraft into an unmanned cargo drone for the US military. In Afghanistan, the autonomous K-MAX delivered supplies to remote bases without risking convoy ambushes or roadside bombs. Food, ammunition, equipment, all flown into dangerous territory with remarkable precision. Over time, it reportedly transported more than 4.5 million pounds of cargo. And suddenly, the strange Synchropter started looking less like an experiment and more like the future of autonomous heavy lifting. It was designed around them. And this is where the K-MAX starts embarrassing normal helicopters in ways most people never expect. Without a tail rotor wasting engine power, almost everything goes directly into lifting cargo. That means more efficiency, less fuel burned, and surprisingly quiet operation for such a violent-looking machine. The compact design also helps it work in forests, mountains, and tight construction zones where larger helicopters struggle. But here's something even stranger. Compared to some coaxial rotor helicopters, the K-MAX actually produces less vibration because of how the rotor airflow interacts. And that stability makes hovering incredibly precise during difficult lifting operations. Which is exactly why NASA became interested in intermeshing rotor concepts for future urban aircraft. Because someday, cities may need compact helicopters that are quieter, more efficient, and safer around tight spaces. And weirdly enough, this bizarre machine already solved some of those problems decades ago. But if the K-MAX is so efficient, why don't we see these everywhere? Well, here's the catch. Synchropters are incredible at lifting heavy loads, but they're not built for speed. And the faster they fly, the more aerodynamic problems start appearing between those overlapping rotors. Air turbulence from the upper rotor disrupts the lower rotor constantly, creating uneven lift and vibration. And then things get worse. As speed increases, the retreating blades begin losing lift earlier than they would on a conventional helicopter. The angled rotor masts also reduce some vertical thrust efficiency during fast-forward flight. So while the K-MAX dominates heavy lifting, it struggles to compete at pure speed. And honestly, you can feel those limitations just by looking at it. The rotor blades sit unusually close to the ground because of the tilted design. That's why many operators place warning labels telling people to approach from the front instead of the sides. One wrong move near those spinning blades could be catastrophic. So the K-MAX became a specialist machine. An amazing lifting helicopter, just not a fast one. And weirdly, the K-MAX has almost gone extinct multiple times. Production originally stopped in 2003 because demand simply wasn't high enough. The helicopter was brilliant, but also extremely specialized. Not everybody needs a flying crane capable of carrying more than its own weight. Then, years later, interest suddenly returned, and Kaman restarted production in 2015 after receiving new commercial orders. For a moment, it looked like the comeback was real. But by 2023, production ended again due to low demand, expensive manufacturing costs, and inconsistent sales. Even though operators loved the aircraft, the market for specialized machines remained relatively small. Still, most people inside aviation believe the story probably isn't over. Because every time industries need extreme lifting efficiency again, the K-MAX somehow comes back. And honestly, the strangest part might be that this old-looking helicopter could actually represent the future. NASA has already explored intermeshing rotor concepts for urban air mobility because efficiency matters more today than ever before. Cities want quieter aircraft, operators want lower fuel costs, and industries increasingly need autonomous cargo systems capable of flying dangerous missions without risking pilots. That sounds familiar. The K-MAX already proved these ideas work decades ago through firefighting, military cargo delivery, and unmanned flight testing. And as drone technology improves, many engineers believe future heavy cargo fleets could use similar rotor systems for autonomous transport operations. So while most people still see the K-MAX as weird, aviation engineers see something very different, a machine that may have arrived way too early. The K-MAX may look terrifying, outdated, or even impossible, but it solves problems ordinary helicopters still struggle with today. It lifts more, wastes less power, and survives brutal working conditions with remarkable simplicity. Strange as it looks, this bizarre flying machine may quietly represent the future of practical aviation.